Kakalofa, Ayatu, Malolei, Maloni, Aloha, Ola, Yorana, Kiora, Talofa, and welcome to another episode of our Tagaloa tradition teachings, where we unveil the ethics, the principles, and the moral values of our spirituality, which are incorporated, woven into our culture. Living our culture is actually practicing our spirituality, which was how our ancestors lived their lives back in the day. This week our teaching will be on maturity or coming of age. Maturity is the process of transitioning from being a child to become an adult. Coming of age, maturity, also can be looked upon as transitioning from being a great man to being a hero in the community. And that's what we'll be talking about this week. And talking about maturity, we'd like to bring to you a legend, one of our legend stories here in Samoa. The legend is about Uiva'a and Polu. Once upon a time, there was a giant of a man that lived in Samoa named Uiva'a, and the tale went across to all the small island nations of Moana, New Zealand to the Maoris in Aotearoa, Hawaii and the islands of Hawaii, and all the other small island nations of Moana. And when it got to Fiji, the sons of the king of Fiji, the Tuitonga, thought, who could this guy be? How bad can this guy be? Because they heard that he's a giant of a man. He is part human and part God. And so they thought, okay, we'll go and see. And so they packed their voyaging canoe with their sister, Apa'ula, and they set sail coming over to a pier in Samoa. When their voyaging canoe came in, it was a sight, because not only is it huge, but also the design was so immaculate. Everybody that saw the boat coming in thought, these guys must be somebody. And of course the word got around that these were the sons of the Tuifiti. Word got to Uiva'a. Before nightfall, Uiva'a found out why they were in town. They came to test him, like many others before. So, in the middle of the night, Uiva'a looked out at the harbour of Apia and saw the voyaging canoe still there. So he thought, okay, let's try this one and see if it works. So with his huge arms and hands, he reached over, picked up the canoe, and placed it on top of the trees of the forest. In the morning, when they woke up, they started paddling the water out of the canoe. But the sound they heard was different. They used to water hitting water. But this time it was water hitting something else. So they went to the side and they looked. And it was there they realized, yeah, it has to be Uiva'a. And the guy must be that bad. Because they found they were sitting on top of trees in the forest. So they came, went and found Uiva'a, apologized, begged for their lives, and then in exchange gave Uiva'a his sister Paula as his wife. So it ended up that they served the 5 years they were in Samoa as servants of Uiva'a. In that time, Paula was with child, and then she asked Uiva'a, I want to be with my mom when I have the baby. And Uiva'a agreed, and she asked her brothers to be exonerated, and Uiva'a agreed. So they sailed off back to Fiji. When she had the baby, story has it that the boy grew, and he started looking very much like his father. Then his stature, this huge mountain of a man, was also a replica in his son. But see what happened? The uncles, the brother of Paula, the more they see Uiva'a in his son, the more the shame that came back of what happened back in Samoa 5-6 years prior to. And so they planned a way to kill the boy. they ask Paula that their father, the Tuifiti, has asked the boy come to serve the kava during the ceremony with all the paramount chiefs of Fiji. Paula agreed, but she sensed something was different. And she was right, because at nightfall, she heard that her son had died in the hands of his brothers. She was so broken. And so she asked immediately to come back to Samoa. And when she got back to Samoa, she went and saw Uiva'a. Uiva'a had already heard the news. And when he heard the news, it broke him up so bad that he started turning into a mountain. You see, when Paula came, Uiva'a was a complete mountain except for his shoulders and his head. And so she went and she cried, not only trying to get with losing her son, but now losing her husband. She cried so much that there is a pool of water at the base of Mount Uiva'a in Samoa today that is called Tears of Paula, Loimata or Paula. After she told the story to Uiva'a, Uiva'a said, Paula, you have come late. The giant has fallen. But find my brother, Va'atausili. He would know what to do. And here we see the theme that we're talking about of maturity. Maturity in the sense of transitioning from a child to an adult, or coming of age where you transition from being a great man to a hero of the community. Uiva'a was a great man. The whole of Oceania, the whole of Polynesia, the whole of Moana had heard of Uiva'a. But listen to what he said. He said, Paula, the giant has fallen. It's not easy for someone so respected, so huge in the community, so huge in stature, so brave that everybody looked up to come down and say, the giant has fallen. How often have we seen this in politics? How often have we seen this in religion? When I hold a position for so long, and then I lose count and lose concept of time that I don't know when to step down. Even to the point where I don't want to relinquish the flame and let someone else carry the baton. But when you transition from being a great man to being a hero of the community, it's so easy. As a footstool, you step on your ego as you step down, so the community can step up. And that's what we saw here. Paula, the giant, has fallen. So Paula left, went to the island of Soei, looking for her brother-in-law, Va'atausili. She went to the village of Falefatu, asked around, and they pointed him out. He's all. So she went. And she found this little boy on the side of the road catching butterflies. And that was Va'atausili. It hit her real bad because she's trying to get over the loss of her son, get over the loss of her husband. And now the man who is going to redeem all this is a little boy catching butterflies. He's no hero, he's no giant, he's no... But then it's interesting because there is a belief in our culture, which is if you change the way you look at something, that thing will change. Let me say that again. If you change the way you look at something, that thing you're looking at will change. Because what happened when they went to the house, she told Va'atausili everything. Then Va'atausili says, wait here, I'll be back. So he went to the cave where his ancestors were. And story has it, the legend has it, that when he came out of the cave. They said he was not the same man. But as a researcher of our legend stories, we believe that Watausiri was still the boy. Watausiri was still a young boy. But spiritually, Apa'ula has changed, because now she sees the little boy as the giant. Because if you change the way you look at something, the thing you're looking at will change. It's not the boy that changed, it's Apa'ula that changed. Because after speaking with his ancestors, they said he came out with fire in his eyes, with confidence in his stride, a warrior ready to die. And that's where we meet the God of the land of Samoa. That's where we experience Tagaloa, the God of Samoa. It's when we change from inside. The thing we're looking at remains the same, but it's us. If we change the way we look at something, that thing you're looking at will change. And the legend has it that they packed up, they went to Fiji, avenge the death of Apa'ula's son. And before Watausiri came back, Apa'ula said, I want Samoa to remember me and being in Samoa, being with Vaya, and my son who never saw Samoa. And so when he came, story has it that he came and he went to the pool at the bottom of the hill. He stood there and talked to the mountain. His brother Vaya told him everything, and it was that moment he splashed the water in his face and he pledged that pool of water as the tears of Apa'ula. So if you're listening to this story from Niue, Tokelau, Tonga, Maoris and Aotearoa, Hawaii, when you come, make it a point to visit Mount Vaya. Up the top of the mountain is where Robert Louis Stevenson, a Scottish writer, is buried, on Mount Vaya. But at the bottom is a beautiful creek you can splash and cool off. And that pool of water is Loimata, or Apa'ula. Maturity, transition from a child to an adult. Maturity means coming of age. Coming of age could be looked upon as transition from being a great man to being a hero of the community. Well, we pray that that is the guiding light and the beam of light that will guide our voyaging this week. May the whispers of our ancestors be prevalent in our hearing, so the words we speak is words of harmony that brings us all as small island nations of Moana together, and that binds us with our ancestors and bring us as one with the Mana, the God of Moana, Tagaloa. Till next Sunday, stay blessed, and so long.